flipping like a flashcard. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part. Streetbeefs, Scrapyard. We ain't gotta act hard. Sasquatch backyard, we flipping like a flashcard. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part. Guns down, gloves up, or shut up. That part.
Welcome to Scraptalk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Fire Chicken, and with me today we got
LB3.
Crazy
Viking Warrior. Motherfucker, wait your turn, man. Wait your motherfucking turn. Viking Warrior. And then
Crazy legs.
we'll get it one of these days.
We'll get it right. We'll go clockwise.
I am clockwise. That's why Steve is first, you're second, I'm third. And Vikings in
oh, heck no. It drops down and over.
That's counterclockwise.
That's not how I
Daddy
see
Wampus.
What's
new with everybody?
Not a much.
Shit.
Just start. I'll let Viking go first.
Yeah. I'm just getting ready for these wars, man. I'm about to go to war this summer, man. I feel like I'm about to smash the motherfuckers' faces in and beat some asses, and that's what I want to do. And so at the end of the day, I'm just trying to stay focused, committed to my training, committed to my, every day-to-day life, my family, my motherfucking work. And everything gonna come to play like how I envision, you know what I'm saying? I see it coming.
What
gonna be a fun motherfucking time.
Fill me in. What wars? Are we talking about something
We're not
specific?
going to get into it yet. So
I got some good shit. I got some good shit coming up.
And
Okay,
also,
well, I seen you this weekend and you didn't tell me about it, so.
It didn't pop up till recently, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. All right.
There we go.
So yeah, I'm good.
For me,
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Well, you know what, LB3 here, man. I'm good. I can't I can't complain. If I did, I mean, it ain't gonna make anything better. So at this point right now, man, I think everything's going good. Same as you, man. Taking care of the family, kids in school. Can't wait. They about to get out of school now. Summertime's approaching. Finishing up with Metro tracks right now. So we got Metro. What do we got? Metro prelims on Thursday, and then finals on Saturday. So it's gonna be a nice one. We got a couple jumpers. I've been coaching high jump and got a couple jumpers in, and the relays. So all of our relays are naturally in. It's gonna be a fun time. Yep.
Used to hold my phone. Well, for me, all it's new for me, I'm just been starving myself. Like my fight's coming up this Saturday, shit like that.
This week.
Yeah, this week. Like I'm dangerously overweight, so I'm like just starving myself, trying to sweat. Like I just came back from shadow boxing and hitting the jump rope, so like that's why I was a little bit late, like that.
Yeah,
good work.
Need a shower for sure. I mean, it's not good work because I'm slacking. Like it's the week of. Like I'm still like at least 10 pounds over, so I'm water loading like crazy.
How much over?
At least 10.
Man, you should be running.
Like yeah,
man.
That's what I was doing.
You got to run more.
Like I'm about to hit the sauna. Like I'm about to do some shit. I'm about to like for sure. Like the last few days isn't gonna be fun.
No, just go in the sauna with a sweatsuit. 15 minutes shadow boxing.
Yeah, but don't that shit until like right before though. You don't want to dehydrate yourself until like the day before.
Facts.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. But no,
What's up,
it's my
everybody?
ongoing battle. Like it is what it is. Like I'm trying to fight
up,
myself. Hey. My fight's on Saturday. I'm like at least 10 pounds. Smoke.
Yeah. Well, since you're on it, why don't you tell? I mean, you're on it right now. Where's it at and what time? And want to tell everybody a little bit about it real quick since you're on it.
Well, I don't really know much about it. Kind of was just kind of fight handed to me. It's at Redemption Redemption cage at Auburn High School. It's an amateur fight. Like my opponent I'm fighting, he's a guy who's pretty much the same rank as I am. He's a decent fighter. Like nothing too crazy. Like I'm just gonna use this fight as a tune-up for me for this upcoming fight with King Kai. But like it should be a good fight. Like I've been practicing a lot my boxing a lot. We're practicing like a lot of like technical shit. So like this fight's just like a good way to like know where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, we know you're gonna do good, man. You get that weight, keep banging, keep doing what you do, man. We always cheering for you.
So I know that the King Kai fight, you're gonna be low on weight, but you guys could still run it for the kickboxing.
Yeah, I mean, King Kai already talked. He's gonna try to cut down like 65 or some shit.
That's cool, but what I'm saying is that it would be for the one.
He gonna fuck you up. King Kai just jumped on and said he gonna fuck you up.
Okay, we'll see.
Kai talking right now.
We'll see.
This the official fight press.
Like you haven't seen me fight for like all like 3-4 months, Kai.
Can you guys?
You don't think people changing that?
Can you guys just send me shit talking videos every day? Send me like a shit talking video every day.
It's all love with Kai.
I think it would be good for promotion.
It's all love. But nah, y'all haven't seen me fight for like 4 months now. Like y'all about to see a real crazy. Like only people who like actually been sparring me, like fucking Viking and other people and shit like that. Like y'all know I have actually been putting in work. I've been improving a lot.
Well, I've been coming out to the Scrapyard and I haven't seen you in a while actually in the ring, and so I'm anxious myself. Yeah. And we talked about that at the last event, and then when King Kai was brought up, it was like, oh shoot, this is gonna make a great card for our event on 25th. And it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I feel like the team I'm on right now, Team Karma, like the coach, like he's a really good ass coach, and like he's probably one of the guests I want to bring on a little bit later. Like he's a guy he's still amateur, but he still like has it. Like he can still beat my ass in training and sparring any day. Like I'm learning a lot from him. Like he's doing a lot for me. He created my logo that I showed you guys a while back. Like he's putting in work for sure. Like he's a good ass fighter. Like he might come Scrapyard a little bit later just to fight Viking. I don't know. We were talking about that a little bit late last night, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, sounds like you got a good coach, man.
Yeah, like my coach knows his shit, and like he's tailoring our training to like my fight style. He's not just training. Good. He's not just teaching me random ass shit. Like he's teaching me stuff that like correlates to like what I already do. Yeah.
Now I talked to Ron today. We were on the phone chatting, and like he said, he had lost 9 pounds in a little bit of time. Maybe just the thought it can definitely happen. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I did it too. I done it too. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's possible. It's just I'm gonna hate myself. That's all. And like coming home, the whole house fucking smells like chicken. It's like fuck. Like I'm hungry.
Right. See, I lost 12 pounds in 1 week. But I originally lost 10 pounds in 1 day. But you know what I mean? It's still, you got to gain that back within the week. But the first day I lost 10 pounds to start off my whole week. So that tonight, just put on the sauna suit, get up in the sauna, bang it out, lose that 10 pounds, and then enjoy your week. You know what I'm saying? Get up, get the rest off. For real.
Steve, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm on for sure.
I'm good, but it's just this time of year is like stuff's really getting crazy. Like my kids are all busy doing different stuff. We got like dances. We got this like tons of stuff that so hard to plan things on weekends and everything just because we got something coming up for every single one of them. Is that Pappas? Oh no, it's UK. Okay. But yeah, really busy with the family. Really busy with the Scrapyard. Always working on things, promotion, planning, editing, staying busy, dealing with drama. But it's all part of it, I still love it.
Yeah.
Thanks. I feel you. Hey.
May 25th event coming up, man. This one's going to be, I don't know if you guys want to roll into that really quick, but
yeah, let's get into it. It's going to be a banger.
Let's get it since Kai's in the comment. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Talk our shit. So, first off, I'll say this. We've got like 73 signups so far, and it's only like the 7th. So I'm anticipating like a huge event. We're just going to have to like work our asses off to try to get through matchups and everything. It's going to be pretty crazy. We got a bunch of women.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this now since Kai's in the comments. I need my fight at least like the first 5 fights because like since it's my birthday, I'm trying to actually do shit and not
Yep.
just beef. They're all fucking big.
You got it.
So at least
Yeah,
number
yeah.
5.
You guys can
Yeah,
run
me
it.
too. Me too. I need it early.
And that's another one is Viking Warrior got called out by
Okay.
Smooth. So they're going to
By
run
who?
it kickboxing.
Batman Smooth.
Batman
Oh shit,
Smooth.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he's been
we
calling
gonna
out
run
for
it.
a while now.
Yeah, his punk ass. I'm gonna fuck him up for real
Should be a good
on
one.
everything. I'm gonna fuck him up.
And this is
I'm
a
gonna
rematch.
catch. I'm
Kind
gonna
of.
catch him with some of his own moves too.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a good one. Sounds like we're moving in the right direction for this event. It's going to be a big event.
Yeah.
Yep. Got people
Just in
traveling
time for
from
the sun to start
everywhere. We
coming
got sorry, I don't have it in front of me, but High Speed's coming out. He's
Okay,
coming
my
out
guy.
from Texas. 90th or Being, I think he's coming out from
Yeah,
Nevada.
my boy.
Bunch of new people. I don't know.
Is High Speed fighting or is he just coming
Yes,
out?
he is.
Nice.
And
He gonna fight 9th or being him or Flex.
No, that
Or
ain't
Flex.
even close to weight.
Y'all thought he was fighting Flex. I was watching Flex.
I would rather
Hey,
give
Flex. I want to
boxing
see him
match
fight.
against someone else because I would rather see
What?
kick.
Yeah, kickbox.
Because High Speed said he'll kickbox, but like I would rather give him a kickboxing match if I can. And then, I mean, I'm not saying we can't do the Flex versus what we were just talking about, but I would rather do kickboxing over boxing. So
Say bye.
if Flex isn't gonna
Say
do
bye. Say
kickboxing,
bye. Okay, go.
Yeah, I feel it.
if Flex isn't gonna do kickboxing, then I'll get Flex somebody else for kickboxing, and I'll give
Yeah.
High Speed somebody for kickboxing. You know what I mean?
I get it. If it's a
Like
better match you can do.
nothing's concrete yet, but we have so many signups that
Oh,
we're not going to have problems finding matchups for our more known popular fighters.
Sure.
I need a damn
Thanks.
laptop.
There's some new we were just talking about this upcoming event. There's some new things that are going to happen in respect to how we're going to go about organizing and doing what we're doing for this event. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to just go ahead and lead off with one of the things that I'm actually putting in place with the permission. Of course, some guys, everybody that's watching, if you're coming out to the yard, expect to be checked in at the gate. This time we're going to be taking names. We're going to find out who your +1 is. We want to know who's coming into the yard, and we're going to start keeping track of that. So we're going to have security at the gate at a table check-in. All fighters will check in there as far as just say, hey, here's who I am, and here's my +1. We're going to keep track of the names so we know how many people are in the yard. We can keep track of that for future reference, and then also know how many people are bringing in a +1. So that next time when we have these events, we have had events, guys, where there's too many, guests, and then also guests who aren't approved. That's something that's pretty important. We want to make sure that if you're bringing somebody that is a special guest, that we let that be known in advance. So give Steve a call or hit us up on the messenger and let us know who you're bringing if you have a special guest. That way they're on the guest list.
If I know, then it's fine. But the problem we're going to run into, guys, is, I mean, if you do the math on it, right now we got like 73, 75 signups, right? Everybody brings a +1. Now you're looking at, close to 150 people, and
right.
Everybody brought a +2, it would just be getting crazy. And we don't have the porta potty can't sustain that amount of shit. So we have to keep it. We just got to keep levels down. You know what I mean?
For real, shitty ass boys.
Another thing is we get these crazy people that come in and out, and they don't know the rules. They don't understand what we're doing out here, and then they're wilding out during the damn videos.
They're being loud, they're betting on shit. That we just have to be very.
You have to nip it.
I mean, because people could come out there and just have no idea how anything works out there because somebody invited them, and you're responsible for your guest ultimately. So,
sure. Yep. And with the way this is going to be a good thing for us to be able to, warn those who are bringing too many guests. That way, next month, and as we get into our anniversary event, everyone that shows up or that are usually, pretty much, always coming, they'll know not to bring 4 and 5 people or 3 or 4. And so it's just, it's going to help get us to our big anniversary date, where I think it's going to be a really big one.
Yeah, we are kind of trying to get everything down as far as like being efficient by that date. So, because I'm anticipating that the anniversary is going to be. How do you empty the port? We just tip it over, so the rain kind of cleans it on the ground throughout the month.
Don't lie, Tim. We actually have Papa's
I got a sponsor. I got a sponsor that this way that
Papa's salt the poop
takes care of that.
He eats it.
No, there's no money involved.
Thank you.
But one big thing about the event coming up in July, the 4-year, July 20th, I'm hearing that we got a group of people wanting to come up from the West Coast. So I'm not going to say any names yet because like I haven't got like official confirmation on them, but I know I do have some people that are a pretty good group of people that are interested in coming up. So
that'd be cool.
Something to plan for July.
That's way too fucking high.
You guys are already in like good shape, so you don't gotta like try extra hard or anything. You guys will be fine. But
it'll be fun.
The invasion is coming.
I might box Ireland Born. Ireland Strong. I might box Ireland Strong. We'll see.
Is that who I had set up for the pillar for MMA?
What? That would not. That's kind of mixed match. I don't know. Island Strong's pretty strong with MMA.
I think Pillar wanted
like
it. So if Pillar
he wants it. If he wants it, fuck it. Yeah, I'm happy.
Well,
I mean, it's gonna be a good one. Like, it should be a challenge for him if he wants it. Like,
I just always pick MMA over kickboxing, and I've always picked kickboxing over boxing, and I always pick boxing over grappling. And like, there's a hierarchy to this,
Okay.
So if somebody puts down everything, then I try to default to MMA because it's like you can do anything in there.
Yeah.
So the more limits there are on the fight, but we haven't planned anything out for sure yet. What's up, DAD? We haven't planned anything, in concrete yet. So we'll just see how everything goes.
Yeah. You never know who actually shows.
I think
it is good. It is good to get some MMA and Muay Thai or kickboxing in, because we tend to have 75%. Would you say of our matches tend to be boxing?
Yeah, usually people.
So it's
people
good to
usually
mix
try to keep it safe.
Yeah,
I think some of that might come from being in the wintertime too. Like people don't want to roll around on the ground when it's all wet. I feel like in the summertime we get more people like willing to do MMA.
Right on.
Cold toes is a bit like
frozen toes. That's why he wouldn't kickbox in the winter.
Yeah, like
what's our
2 years fighting with frozen toes. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I think we got Scorpio down there. I think he was one of the guys that was interested in coming up, and I haven't talked to him about it or anything, but maybe a rematch with him and Ronan.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think that'd they both want that one. But
what up, 9? What up, 9?
9 Ether Being.
Oh, shout out Free Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Good luck on your fight, too. Let's go.
Yeah.
Your shirt, Viking, just reminded me of something. I do want to touch on the BKFC tryouts that you guys went to. I know we talked about it a little bit in the BKFC chat the other day, but so you guys, we brought down like 10 people to the BKFC tryouts. It was like a month or two ago, and it was Viking, Flex, El Guanaco. I can't name everybody. Buddy V, La Reina. So you guys all showed out. You did a great job. Proud of you guys, but nobody's heard back yet. And I think that because they don't even have a date like publicly announced,
I got you
for the fight, that they haven't like started contacting people yet. So That's what I'm think's going on, because we brought a fifth of the people to those tryouts. You know, we had 10 out of 50. So, you know, you guys, especially I would say Viking, La Reina, El Guanaco, and Flex, you guys probably showed out the hardest. I feel like you guys should definitely get calls back, but I also think that even if the other guys aren't going to be on the card, they'll still get some kind of callback saying like, hey, we want to use you for the amateurs, or we want to do this or that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that since they haven't contacted anybody about anything, like they're still doing all the planning.
Yeah.
What's up, Brick
Hey,
House?
somehow-
You tapped in.
Brick House. We got some sparring last week, man. Was getting some good work. He keeps improving, man. I like him.
Yeah.
Hey, Crazy Legs, you need to stand up one time. You got some Speedos on?
What?
He got Speedos on?
I got no Speedos now. Never. I got some fucking Migos fit shit, man.
Okay.
I'm representing.
You guys are crazy.
I thought it was some Speedos at first. I was like, this dude got some Speedos on. Some booty shorts.
Trying to call me out. Nah, I'm representing.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, what's our June date?
Let me get back to you right now. So
What's up, City Light Project?
May
What's up with
25th.
it?
It's going to be June 22nd. So yeah, let's not overlook June. I know we're talking a lot about May and July, but you know, I anticipate June being just as big of an event. It's a summer event, you know.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but we are planning on having like a day after kind of family thing, or just hangout day, like at a park.
Also, I was trying to throw a barbecue on the next Sunday, not this Sunday coming up, but the Sunday after, right before the event. So that's something I want to do too. I was just thinking about that today, and I was thinking we could probably do your spot by the lake or whatever, because I want to be by the water.
Yeah, Ruston's a good place too. But we'll get something together.
Ruston.
The one I'm talking about is going to be the day after the 4-year anniversary. So
Yeah, I know. It just stuck my memory.
Yep. So what I want to do is we'll get everybody together, and I mean, we'll probably have like some stuff for the kids, but we'll probably be sparring too. We'll probably be having a good time. We'll be barbecuing, probably having some drinks and stuff. It's going to be just a hangout day, and hopefully these guys that are coming up from, you know, the West Coast, hopefully they stick around for another day so they can come out and hang out too.
It might be easier if they are sticking around to kind of, you know, I don't know where they're staying at hotels and whatnot, how they're going to be traveling.
They might get an Airbnb. So maybe Airbnb party at their the after party at their Airbnb.
Do West Coast style.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you get a good one.
But next live stream for the fights is going to be on the 25th.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got our work cut out for us. You know, Len and I have been pretty busy. Do you want to get into it, Len?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Pretty busy. I'll start off a little bit. I'll let him kind of announce it, but I'll give a little bit of a lead up to it. So Instagram, I'm trying to do a lot of work on there. I got probably like 30 to 50 messages a day of people like, hey, how do I sign up? Hey, this, that, whatever. I'm like, I'm always on there. Anyway, I got hit up by this boxing promotion. And, you know, at first I wasn't really sure about them. And I kind of started looking a little bit more into it. I handed them off to Len and said, look, talk to this guy, because for the planning stuff, this is the guy that you're going to want to talk to. I got way too much stuff I'm trying to focus on, and I'll screw things up. So Len's been taking care of it. And Len, explain to us what it is, how it's going to go down, and I'll try to piggyback on that a little bit.
Well, you know, again, Steve did Fire Chicken. You sent him my direction or connected me with him, and I think it was great because, you know, I tend to kind of, after looking out for a lot of guys. I tend to kind of actually take that business side pretty serious. But what we did was we reached out to him. He is a boxing promoter who does events globally, nationally, all over. He's a very international kind of person. So he holds events in like the Caribbeans, in Philippines, in Australia, and then this came about to talk about doing a match. First, it came about with 2 fighters, and those 2 fighters he wanted to have come out was Guanaco and Collywood, and this is in the UK. He watched their fight. He was really impressed. He needed 2 heavyweights. I reached out to him, spoke to him. We talked. We had a great conversation. He really knows what he's doing. He, you know, I picked his brain. The guy's a great dude. We won't get into too much of the production names and his name and things for now. We'll get into that later. But we have this opportunity to go to the UK, specifically in London, and get with him and have our fighters. So it potentially looks like a Scrapyard versus the UK. And how we did that, when we talked about it, the 2 fighters, he said that he had 6 fighters and he was looking for more. And I said, well, why not let us entertain giving you all 6? And we had guys that I think we talked about that are ready for the next level. And if not that next level, I think that they're pretty worthy of representing the Scrapyard, not just as fighters, but also as professionals, guys that I think are going to wear it in a professional type of way, you know, following the rules, doing the proper training, making sure that they're upholding the certain expectations that we're being posed with. So it's a great opportunity. We have 6 fighters, and I'm going to go ahead and give you those names. And we also have 4 coaches, and I'll give you those names next. So at the featherweight, which is 125, we're still kind of figuring that one out. We haven't really solidified that person yet, and that's still in the works. And so we did talk a little bit about who.
If you're a Scrapyard fighter or you want to fight in this potentially and you're like 125, sign up for the 25th. Show us what you can do. You know, like we still got a little bit of time to figure out who this mystery person's going to be. But
yes, and the promoter that we talked about matchmaking. The way this came about too was that we were going to make sure that we didn't, you know, we accommodated him for what his needs were. That's how we meet in the middle. When we're doing matchmaking and we're talking promoting for fights, whether that's at the amateur level or even at the pro level, you kind of have to meet and you have to negotiate back and forth. And we've negotiated back and forth for now almost 2 months. We've talked about what fighters versus his fighters. He has a 6-man card. Couple of those guys are from Nigeria, Morocco, France. And these guys are not polished. These guys are very inexperienced. Some of them have a beginner, let's say beginner level. And they're now wanting to make their amateur debut. So we figured, why not take the guys that we have? And majority of the guys that we have, Steve just told me today, and I didn't realize that most of the guys that we have that we've selected are champions in our yard. They hold all of it.
I think everybody that we picked is everybody that. So look, it's boxing, okay? So we got to look at it like who are our boxing champions, who have been our boxing champions. You know, that was what it kind of focused around, a lot of it. Prior experience, records, you know, like there's a lot that kind of goes into it. But listen, guys, also, you know, we are going to announce who we picked, but also don't think that you can't be one of the potentials in the future for one of the, for like, if we do this again, that is definitely a possibility.
Which is definitely going to happen. I'm pretty positive that it is going to happen. Talking to the promoter and us being able to do our part and do it professionally, he's going to contact us again, and he is talking about a rematch event right here in Seattle, Washington, or in Washington State, and we're going to be able to host that. And he's going to actually cover all the expenses and traveling for his fighters to come over to our country, which is super nice. So there we have a two event type of event lined up. With that being said, also we've negotiated everything from hotel stay to travel expenses. We negotiated fight
Training
purses for our
compensation,
fight.
lots of stuff, man.
Everything is working out, and I think it's going to be great for us. It also gives us an avenue as the Scrapyard, which is I'm pretty proud of, to be able to take the reins on that with Steve and say, hey, now we're able to propose some serious avenue for guys that want to go to the next level out of the Scrapyard. And who's to say, if this is boxing now, it could be MMA later. It could be kickboxing. So wherever we go with this, it's going to be great for us.
Look, this comes down to creating opportunities for the fighters. It really does, because there isn't really anything that me and we're not getting anything out of this. This is something that we're trying to build for the fighters, to give them opportunities, to try to build them up and get them to the next level, and try to get them that experience. And like, I know that, man, when I was fighting, if I would have had an opportunity to go to, like, London, that would have been crazy. I wouldn't even have known how to handle, mentally handle that. That would be crazy.
Right.
And then Len, what are some of the other locations that they said, like, potentially in the future, if we kind of have successful events?
So he was talking about doing 2025, one in potentially in Mexico, one in the Caribbean islands. And so that's 2 events for the 2025 that he wants to host, including bringing the rematch in 2025 for the rematch event for the Scrapyard guys. And so, again, we're looking at guys having more opportunities and potentially just adding more guys that are ready. I think that's a good thing for us. I think a lot of our guys that are in this particular event, I think we selected the right guys. We have 2 alternates that we're bringing that are sort of, I would say, our sparring partners. We're going to bring our own sparring partners in, 2 of those guys. So we're bringing in 6 fighters, 2 sparring partners, and 4 coaches. I'll start with the coaches.
Let's hold on. I do want to say one thing really quick. So we've mentioned this before, but we are having this kind of deal with Love to Beat Radio. They're over in the UK. They advertise for us. They put us in their magazines. I have your magazine, Viking. It's on its way. So they're going to give us 3 magazines every month, or every time they do their feature. So the first 2 people are the first 3 are going to be in it, are Viking, myself, and Solo. And then we're going to pick 3 more people for the next issue. They'll get their own physical copy. They'll have the online version they can look at for free. So why I bring this up is because, Love to Beat Radio, it's over in the UK also. And that's something that maybe we can jump on the radio station over there and promote a little bit too.
Yeah.
And have that extra connection. This is a new audience that we're tapping into. This is a whole new fan base. And, I'm really excited about it. So I really want to make some good connections over in the UK.
I think that radio promotion is going to be good, not just for us, but also for the promoter. I mean, I'm a scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of guy. So if we're able to give him extra promotion for his event, that's going to be great. And having that in the Beat Radio is awesome to build that connection if they haven't already.
Yes. So just think of it, guys. Every couple months, you got the potential of being in a magazine. It's kind of a neat thing, you can show people whatever. But Len, I will let you handle telling. Why don't you start out from the top, from the heavyweight, and work your way down?
All right. So at our heavyweights, we've entered Guanaco versus Stephen Olorium. And it's coming in at 201 pounds with a catch weight of 6 pounds. So we're allowed that. Our second heavyweight that we just got on board, who took the place of Real Lion, who will not be able to make it because Real Lion is now going towards a pro venture with Benavides Boxing. We have now put in Epic Tan. So Epic Tan is actually in it. We talked to all these guys and they've agreed. So Epic Tan will get John Paul Lamenko. Okay. He's a 201. He's coming back off of leaving his gym and no longer coaching practicing or training with his previous coach. He is now looking at doing some training again, getting back into it, and coming off of a hamstring injury. So with the time frame that we have to get this stuff going, he'll be ready to go. That's at the 201 with another 6-pound catch weight. We have a 178 pound, which is the catch weight, bringing us up to 184. And that's going to be my boy on here, Viking Warrior.
Yeah.
Thomas Turner. We're going to see him. Thomas Turner gets Makrabar Sikandi, which is also he's from Uganda.
Nice.
Nice guy, Nigerian guy. So we're getting to see that. He's a boxing. That's the welterweight division. In the cruiserweight division, we have Malik Ogun representing the Scrapyard at 152 with a catch weight of 6 pounds, putting him at 158 catch weight. That was Malik Ogun versus Kamal Abgor.
Nice.
And
that's at 152, Malik Ogun.
And we have an alternate.
And we do. We have, we'll get to that one. I'm going to get to that one in 1 second because I think that's a special one. Lights out for our 132-pound fighter versus a guy also from Morocco, Johannes Indurain. The fighter from Morocco at 132 pounds with also a catch weight of 6 pounds, putting him at 132 allowed it. And then we selected 2 fighters. We don't have our featherweight, but we've selected 2 fighters that can go over, act as sort of a sparring partner or a potential alternate. And that person that we've selected to fight between and spar between the 125, 132, and 152 is no other than our boy King Kai. Then we have on the 170, on the 178, 201, and 2, and also the other heavyweight potential, bringing in our sparring partner and an alternate Flex.
Have you asked him about it?
I did. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like, yep. Big surprise because I wasn't sure.
You knew. Yeah, and so those are our alternates, and then our alternates. We're going to bring. We were originally allowed. He was thinking about letting us bring 6 alternates. The cost and the expenses of that, I think, took from the fight purses, and I think it would be better for our guys to make a little bit more money. Also, too, he's given us sparring partners. He's giving us a training facility for our training camp when we're there. Anybody that doesn't make weight, gets sick or anything like that, the fight card just gets canceled and we move on to the next fight. And that's how it'll work. We have 4 coaches. Of course, we have Steve. He's going to be our main coach, secondary coach, myself. We have Coach Ron and Coach White. He's everybody knows Coach Jermaine White. He's Malik Ogun's coach. He's also currently a pro boxer and a full-time coach for boxing. He works with Lights Out. He works with Malik Ogun, and it kind of made sense. So those are our 4 coaches. Those are our 6 fighters and our 2 potential alternates or sparring partners. It's going to be a great event, guys. I think it's something that we're going to all look forward to doing. Time frame. Here's how it's going to work. Once we solidify our 6th person, which is our featherweight fighter, we'll get a fight meeting set up on StreamYard. We'll tap everybody in. We'll talk about expectations. We'll talk about rules. We're going to talk about training camp, how we want training camp to look. And those are going to be rules to follow. I also currently have I reached out to an athletic attorney who's going to go over some of the contract stuff, make sure everything is legit. We're going to, it's a business. So we got to make sure all our I's are dotted and T's are crossed. And we're going to have some agreements, guys. If you're watching and you're one of these guys that we selected, you're going to have to follow the agreement as well between yourself and the Scrapyard, because we want you to represent the Scrapyard, not just yourself and your family, but the Scrapyard. So you have to be professional. You have to make sure that you're ready to train. We're going to have a training camp here, and it's going to be at Coach Brito's gym in Tacoma. We're going to get a 4-day, 5-day a week training going, rotating coaches. We're gonna get this thing going. We're gonna train hard. We're gonna be prepared. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna do some things. We're gonna do some damage.
You guys
So I'm pretty excited about
show the
that.
world what the Scrapyard's all about.
That's right. So now this thing is going global, and the other piece to this is that we just go out, we enjoy ourselves, we have a good time, we go and take care of business, we get back and we come home, and then we get set up for the rematch.
I do want to say also that just because, you know, not everybody can go over to the event over in the UK, you know, you guys are still welcome to help the fighters get ready for their fights, to spar with the fighters, to, you know, like that all is really helpful. And, you know, they're going to need training partners. They're going to need sparring partners and all that. So
Definitely.
it's going to be a big team effort. If you do want to go over to the UK, like Len was saying, you know, they're only supplying the accommodations for so many people, but you know, you would have to find your own way and everything over there. But it might be one of those experiences that if you can make it over there and be part of it, you know, even if you have to pay for it, it might be worth it. So
yeah. And just a couple other last pointers that we got to bring up. It's very important. In order to do this, if you have been selected, you do have to make sure that you are USA Boxing registered, and you also have to make sure that you have a passport, not a domestic and an international passport. So we got to make sure we get those guys. Other than that, once that's solidified, we'll have our fight meeting, a coaches meeting on Monday. I'm hoping for Tuesday. We'll do hopefully a fighter meeting with coaches, and then by the end of the week, I'll be able to send a confirmed match list to our matchmaker or our promoter, and then we'll get the date solidified. And looks like it could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months.
And also, I think that one thing worth mentioning is that there's going to be obligations on the promotion too. So you're going to have to go over there. You're probably going to be part of a press conference. You're probably going to have to do some maybe poster signing. Like there's just going to be a couple things that you're going to have to do. You know, but it should be there too.
And he said that it's going to be 2 days after we arrive. We're going to have a press conference. We're going to make sure we provide him with press kits. Press kit is a photo and, you know, your height, weight, reach, age, all that good stuff, win-loss records, amateur, Scrapyard. That'll happen. We'll do some photos while we're there. We'll do face-to-face, you know, type of, what do you call it? I forgot. It's not
face-off.
They'll do a face-off. Face-off for each fighters. They'll have their, I'm sure they'll have their media there to take photos. I think it's going to be great. So big event, nice. Hopefully it all works out, and we're going to move on and keep doing great things. So that's what we have for the UK event coming up.
Invading the UK. I love it. You want to talk about I think next on the list is maybe fight recaps.
Fight recaps.
Last
Let's
event,
go.
yeah. I got a list of like, I don't know, you guys can talk about whatever you want, but I put down some like notable matchups. And we can kind of discuss them. I don't know if was everybody there?
Yeah, I was there.
Viking,
you were there.
You were there.
Yeah, Viking rolled in a little behind schedule.
Dude, I don't remember shit. I like those events are just a big blur to me. Like, I don't know who was there. I don't know who. Sometimes I don't even know the fights until I pull them up on memory cards and look at them. But we had the fake Kung Fu Master fight versus T. That was a really epic intro. It didn't.
Was it a good fight?
What do you guys think of that one?
I didn't get to see it.
I put the video out already. You can check it out.
I was definitely expecting him to come in with the name. I thought he was going to be kind of like a kung fu type dude. You know, I thought he was going to be, you know, what's our guy's name that came in and he's kind of that kung fu dude that
Xiao Long.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be kind of like that, and it was totally different.
He's an army guy.
Yeah,
he is an army guy.
Good fight.
Got to get him back.
There was also the guy that came over, the Russian guy.
Maxim?
Maxim
Pappas?
versus Pappas.
Okay.
That was
That was
I like
That
that
was
fight.
interesting.
fight.
It was a good
Interesting
fight.
fight nonetheless.
It was very. I was. It was very unexpected to see what Pappas did. I thought when I seen the matchup and I'm like, oh shit, I'm writing this on the board. Are we serious? And then I'm thinking Maxim was gonna just get in and demolish him, and he did not. Pappas held his own, man, and
Yeah, he did good.
I think it was great to see him in that atmosphere because he has been crying and literally just wanting a MMA match for a very long time, and seeing him do that, I thought was pretty cool to see what he can do. He evaded some nice grappling and he struck back. I thought he held his own.
So since we are talking about that fight, what do you think about the knee to the head?
I think that we need to be more.
So, like, I give Pappas props because honestly, when I was watching it live, I thought he was gonna quit. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a reason, right?
Yeah.
So I did give Pappas more hot
Credit.
points. You know what I'm saying? I give him more credit because at the end of the day, he could have saw it a way out and got the fuck up out of there. But he stood in there and he kept fighting. So hey, shout out to Pappas, man. Keep up the good work.
He's a warrior. He's a true warrior.
And I've seen Pappas take
be a
much
clown,
harder
but he's a
punches,
warrior.
but that dude to get a knee to the head, he definitely could have tapped out, and you're just like to see him persevere through that. And Pappas is the warrior, man. He's not going to give up unless you put him on, and he's got to get knocked out or
he's a tough
for it to happen.
Terrifier.
He's a tough, awkward motherfucker.
Yeah. You know, and the ending to that fight, like, I'm not saying. I think that we could see it.
No foot stomps. Terrifying is fucking foot stomps. Fuck out of here.
Terrifier?
You almost ripped off my big toe with that shit, dog. Ripped off my sock in half with their toe stomps. That shit hurts.
Christopher says that after the knee, he dialed it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So we gotta get those.
You could tell
one-on-one fighter meetings a little bit better. I think with the because we are getting a lot of fighters out there that don't know how to speak English. So it's just more important that we say, like, we show, okay, you can do this, you can't do that. I do think with Maxim, I don't think that it was intentionally foul. Like, he wasn't intentionally trying to go against the rules. Like, he probably just didn't understand that wasn't allowed.
Right.
He saw it, felt it, did it. Bong.
Yeah.
I'll bring up another fight really quick. There was a fight, and I think me and Crazy Legs, you were there with me, right? When we were watching the fight and we were looking at it. I think it was you, and we were standing next to the cage, and there was a King Kai versus this boxing guy that came from New York. The dude was like 6'4", Killa. Yeah, 6'4". He had talent, came in, said that he had experience as an amateur, which was, I think, 7 or so years ago or something like that. But really wanted to get his feet wet again, wants to get into boxing here in Washington, restart his career up. And he got in there with King Kai, and seeing King Kai box. And I've seen King Kai box before, but also looking at how difficult that fight was for the taller guy really showed that if you get inside, what you can do and what King Kai is actually capable of, fighting on the inside and taking angles. I think that was really cool because I saw the angles. I saw the changing of levels from the other guy because he was taller, but it didn't work very well against King Kai. He was able to move around him, catch the angle, and step inside. A lot of power shots that King Kai was giving, and I like that a lot. The taller guy really wanted to use his jab. He used it quite a bit. He just didn't really know how to. He didn't really know how to add to the counter. I mean, to the jab and create a more of a combination out of what he was doing. What do you think, Crazy Legs?
Well, first I must correct you. I wasn't there at all. So that must have been some other black person or some shit.
Who,
I
you
did
weren't
watch
there?
it though. Yeah, I wasn't there. I left like 2 fights before that.
Oh, okay.
Because King Kai fought like at the very end. I didn't stay
You didn't
that
stay.
long.
I know we were talking
But,
about you fighting King Kai, and then all of a sudden, I just thought for some reason you were the guy we were all cheering and jumping around.
It was some other black nigga. That's all. But anyways, no, yeah, I thought it was a good fight. Like I watched it during the live. Like I was driving, I'll still watch it though. Like it was a good ass fight. Like King Kai's improving for sure. Like his boxing's polished. Like he got inside. But no, like I feel like the guy he was fighting, like he was just like, yeah, he probably had experience in amateur, whatever. Hell, he had whatever experience he type of had, whatever type of experience he had. But like, I feel like he was too timid. Like, just like for any new fighter for Scrapyard, when they step in that cage, like they have that adrenaline rush. They're scared. They're too timid to like really do what they usually do. Like they're too timid to like really fight how they usually fight. Like I feel like that's how it was for that guy.
Yeah,
like,
so that's what gave King Kai the edge on him, was that King Kai is comfortable in the scrap, and this new guy hasn't really found his footing yet.
Yeah,
I hope he comes back.
Like the guy was just fighting timid, for sure. Like we have a lot of like upcoming fighters who have like talent who just need to come back. They only fought once, but like we need to come back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me see here. Collywood versus Sano.
Ah, I loved it.
That was a good fight. Like I didn't think Collywood. Well, Collywood won that fight, didn't he?
Yeah, because he ended up taking it to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty. I would say like Sano was landing some pretty good shots on Collywood in stand up. You know. That was kind of back and forth, but.
We talked about this, Steve, before the fight even happened, and we're like, Collywood said that he has to be careful. He's got spring ball football coming up, and he didn't want to get hit in the head. So he's like, let's do MMA. I go, well, I don't know if that's going to change anything. You're going to get hit in the head. And I watched Sano. Collywood drops his hands quite a bit, and so he's open a lot. And I seen him get hit with some pretty hard punches, and I think at that moment, as he started getting as Sano started getting the best out of those power shots on Collywood knew he had to take it to the ground, and that's what I saw. And even after I watched it live, I just said, "Oh my goodness," that kid, he hit him with some shots, and I think he had Collywood stunned a couple of times where he could have went down, and of course, he stood on his feet, but. Yeah, it was close to a couple knockdowns there. Just looking at his face and seeing where his eyes was, and he didn't look coherent at that moment.
Hi, Vincent.
But it was a really good fight. Collywood came out with the victory, and kudos to him. He took on an MMA fight. I don't think it's his comfort level, but he's trying to grow and he's getting better and he's changing. So we'll see how it works out for him in the end.
Yep. It was interesting because both those guys had fought the kaiju and knocked him out, and then they ended up fighting each other. So,
nice. We didn't know that when we made when Flex was putting that together. It was a lot of negotiation back and forth. Who can we put? How can we do this? Who's going to fight who? And that was a one that didn't get brought up. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Busted Nutting versus the Black Panther. Did you guys catch that one?
Come on. Yeah, I caught that one too.
I actually watched that one.
I haven't edited it yet, but
I feel you, bro. I want to do got him a goddamn.
What is that?
Like I feel like that fight overall.
That one?
He said, Terrified said, carry on Gotham's moments. I do want to do the Gotham a goddamn, but definitely
goddamn
legendary JG Jay Gotham. He got He got some good shit. You know what I'm saying? So Gotham's moments. My favorite one for this event, since you want to bring it up, let's all do a Gotham moment. So mine would be when let's go Gotham moment for this event. Let's go when what's the name? When come on, T, put it in your head.
That old mind failing you.
The one when he put.
We still have.
I love it. Top
Right.
5 Gotham moments. I love it. Get down.
That was cool.
So, hey, Steve, say one right real quick.
Okay. I would say like.
Gotham Milkman has to be on there.
Are you talking about Gotham's fights, like his old ones?
You want to do
Fights?
Gotham's top 5
Yeah,
moments?
Let's do
Okay,
Gotham's
so
fights.
Now we're talking about
I
fights.
said, let's pick a fight. So mine
Yeah.
would be Jay versus what's the name? What's the
Pick one,
red
I'm
the
gonna
beard
pick.
when he put him to sleep? Wake him up,
Oh,
wake him up, wake him up.
Wake him up.
Yes.
That was the one. He
Nope.
passed, yeah.
Yes. He put him to sleep.
Who was that?
Rope pusher.
Real push. Yeah. Go ahead. You
Wake 'em
say
up,
one.
Yeah, I
Wake 'em
never
up,
had.
wake 'em
That was my
up.
first event. That was my first event.
That was Genshi's
Pick
first
one.
event.
Yeah.
Who did
it
you fight?
was.
Was
Well,
it
Go
like-
ahead, pick one.
I think, yeah. Okay, damn. Over here. Pick one. Like, fuck, let me think. Shit. Fuck, my favorite moment. Let's see. Shit. That's a hard one. Fuck. For sure, I'll just pick. I'll play the easy road, so y'all can pick it. Is against fucking what's it? Fucking Preacher's Son. Gotham versus Preacher's
Oh.
Son. Like that was a high packed fight, one of Gotham's hardest fight. Like it showed where he stood and like where he was, where he worked, what he needs to work on. Like that was a back and forth like banger for sure.
Yeah. Hey Daniel, you're gonna have to pick one too.
I want to do
Go
mine
ahead.
first because I don't
Yeah.
want anyone picking mine. I gotta say mine was the Crusader. So when Jay fought the big dude, that guy weighed like 230 pounds. He was jacked. He was tough
He
looking.
had the long beard.
The long
He had
beard.
the long beard. Yeah.
Jay knocked him down right on top of the Sasquatch, and it looked like that was like the shadow of that guy, you know.
Yeah. That was dope.
Definitely like a good victory for Jay.
What you think, Len?
You know, I would have to say that when Dre no doctor stepped in the ring with Jay Gotham, I was really excited for that fight, and that was a really good. I think Dre held his own. Jay Gotham was trying to knock him out, man. He was throwing some hard ones, man, and I think just a pound for pound, going to just fighting with Jay, somebody that stepped in with him, didn't. You know, I think it was a good fight for me. I love that fight, seeing Jay in that fight. But also, I did mention the Milkman, which was a knockout that I thought was just a freakish thing if that happened. I was
Crazy.
like, dude, to see the hole in that guy's head, that was
Yes, you put your finger in it. Hey, that's what
Lumberman.
set Jay up.
Subscribe now, Lumberjack.
Yes,
Subscribe
that
now,
was-
Lumberjack.
That was his second fight. That was Jay's second fight, and he wanted to do MMA because his first fight he fought Casper in boxing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then he was like, you know what I'm saying? Me and him were coming to this event, and he was like, okay, let's go, and I'm gonna do MMA. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was originally supposed to do kickboxing with my opponent, and it went to switch to boxing. So then,
watching him fight Milkman, you could tell it was like one of his first MMA. He was really stiff, and even that kick he threw when Milkman went down, it was a really stiff kick. You could see that Jay wasn't really bringing that leg up, and you could see how he was really just tight and stiff. That whole piece of it, it was just like it didn't last very long, but
Man, that whole fight though, like we were told that Jay wasn't the weight that we said he was, and that Jay had all this.
They were the same
experience.
wrong weight.
Dude,
Man, it was
like Jay was a street fighter, and he tried out MMA, and he beat a fighter that had training under a guy that was a professional trainer. And I think that they just didn't really like that. And, you know, they were like, well, we don't believe that his weight was what he said it was. And it's like, you think we're just lying about this? Like, but it is what it is. He showed that he was the, you know, he dominated that match. So
now was Daniel coming at us with one? Did he have one? Daniel, you got one?
Yeah, I have one. My favorite.
Jesus.
My favorite is actually when
Jesus?
Jay got him murdered, the Canadian on the show. That to me, that was the best one. When Jay got made him freestyle and murdered him show after show. I think that was the best moment for me.
I think the Canadian murdered himself on that one too.
And yeah, oh man, definitely he did. But yeah, Jay always murdered him. And then when he would do his raps at the end, oh man, every time Jay would rap, that shit go hard, bro.
You know what? The Jay moment when he did the concert for us out at the Halloween night, that was pretty sick, y'all. You know what I mean?
I still got those videos when he was no fair play.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was great. You know, another memorable fight. I don't know if we all remember this or not, but very memorable. Also, just a great sportsman, a great event for us was Jay versus Jordan Harrington.
Yeah,
I think that
was a good one. And I can't forget about Jay got him versus the Terrifier.
The Terrifier.
Like Jay took that fight when nobody was trying to fight Terrifier. Jay was like, you know what? I'm only gonna fight him because nobody won't fight me and nobody won't fight him. So we just gonna fight. And I told Jay, you need to do kickboxing. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was kickboxing, Jay it would be a different story. I felt like Jay would have won that fight, but he was like, no, I'm gonna do MMA. And then I was like, all right, well, you gotta keep him off. You know what I'm saying? Working your takedown defense. He was like, all right, bam, went in there and went for the takedown. You know what I'm saying? Or he got close and Terrifier went for takedown, one of them. But it went to the ground quick, and that's where we didn't want to be. And you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Jay was a savage for taking that fucking fight. And you know what I'm saying, doing what he did, you know what I'm saying, and loving what he did. And you know, he did it for the fans, he did it for his kids and for everybody else. He really didn't fight for himself. He did it for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? He was always trying to be a mentor and a teacher. He was a great person.
Definitely one of the things I loved about Jay myself was just tapping in with him on a personal. Jay, we talked about, hey, I said, you know what, Team Peixoto guys, we got to figure out what we're going to fight for. We all got to fight for something. And he said, man, I'm fighting for autism. And when he did that, it just blew my mind that he was so selfless in that and really wanted. I mean, he was out there selling lanyards. He was out there selling Scrapyard merch. Peixoto merch. I mean, he was hustling. I mean, he helped out in so many ways with that, with making that work out. But fighting for autism, and, you know, rest in peace to Jake Bottom, but he has two little ones that are still out here carrying his name. And he fought for his son who has autism during that moment in that time. I hope that his son is able to look back at that and say, man, you know, my dad was a Superman, because to I think a lot of us, he was Superman.
195 to 205, like right in there is what he weighed. But
yeah, you can't forget that last fight, man. Last but not least, but he fought what's his name? Duva.
Yeah, Duva.
And that was you know, you could tell his mind wasn't, you know, in that fight, you know, but at the end of the day, we gotta bring that fight up because that showed that he went out there, didn't know nothing about Duva, didn't even look him up, was like, hey, Duva is the guy, I'm gonna fight him, regardless what it is. You know what I'm saying? And MMA, I felt like it would have been a different fight. It would have went Jay's way, but because of the sand, you know, that just wasn't good to do MMA in that sand. So it got switched up to kickboxing. And
fighting Duva, when I saw the video of that, because I wasn't able to actually go to that, but when I seen the video of who he was fighting, and I didn't follow him, and seeing Duva, his face, and then face to face, I'm looking at Jay got him. I'm like, this dude's scary. He's got a mean face. He's going to be intimidating. And next thing you know, I see Duva's face, and I'm like, whoa, that dude's also intimidating. I was like, what's going on? This is about to be a freaking gladiator fight.
Yeah, it was.
Duva's a good dude, though.
That's
like
two good fighters, yeah.
I mean, we all went to the after thing at the Airbnb. I remember, I think it was me, Viking, and Duva. We were in the pit and we were throwing body shots. Like,
Yeah.
I was
all of us. Jay got in there too. Jay got in there too. Jay was working with you.
I don't even remember, man. Like, I was pretty.
Yeah, we was in the pit in the back at the Airbnb, man. You know what I'm saying?
That was the true backyard fights. That was the true backyard fights right there.
Yeah, we didn't even get it on video.
I wish someone took videos. Oh my god.
And then the party before, me and Duva was in the bathroom doing body shots, chest shots, chest to chest. You know what I'm saying? I came the next 2 days, my shit was all bruised. I was like, hey, that's some warrior shit though. You know?
Yeah.
30 seconds straight. It was 30 seconds, just straight shot. Boom, we were just nailing each other. You know what I'm saying? It was some gangster shit. I was like, man, only real warriors do that shit. And we was like brothers afterwards. You know what I'm saying? That was our first time kicking it and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, this dude's a real dude.
There was another fight, Thomas, Viking. I know that you remember this one. There was a fight that he fought, and it was like a Uso dude, and I forgot his name.
Yeah, Jay took that fight from me because I ended up hurting my trap. Yeah, he fought twice that day. That was his first time fighting twice that day. Yeah, he showed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that guy's name.
It was his third and fourth fight. He fought somebody. His name was like wake him up or something like that. Wake him up. Yeah, Nano Strong.
And that Uso dude, he looked like he had some skills. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, it's about to go down.
Because he was supposed to fight me, so he trained to get ready for me. But then Jay took my place, and he wasn't ready for Jay. That motherfucker showed intimidation. Like, you could tell he just wasn't ready. Jay was coming at him too strong.
First to meet him.
Was that dude from Brave House? Was he part of the Brave House? Yep. I remember that.
So we all got to get together for, Jay's birthday. That's going to be July 25th. I know it's not on a weekend. Maybe we can get together at TFW again. That was a pretty good time last year.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck TFW. Fuck TFW. Go somewhere else.
No, we could definitely do like a park or whatever.
Yeah, we can do something, but it's really important. I think we get together.
We're gonna have a good time. Yeah, I'm with it.
Maybe the
summer. There's beaches out there.
What about Ruston?
Yeah, Ruston's good. There's sales out there. Like there's
I have no idea where any of this is
barbecues out there. We can use barbecue grills.
Ruston Way. It's in Tacoma.
Ruston's in Tacoma.
Oh, okay.
Right on the water.
I'm not a T-town. I'm not a T-town dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Seattle guy, so I know nothing about it.
And spar together. Jay went out there quite a few times with us and sparred. I got some video of it still.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Is that the park that we went to, Viking, where you had your barbecue at?
Oh no, we went to American Lake at one time.
Okay, I remember that one.
So it's right by the Point Defiant Zoo.
Okay. Well, let's move on because I don't know how much time we got, but we'll move on to the next piece. I'm looking at it. Oh, okay. So here's what I did is so you guys know. I have a gentleman I've been working with for quite some time. He is assistant manager to Adrenaline Sports. Adrenaline is a fundraising avenue, and what we want to do is we want to start giving back. Right, we want to start giving back to the community, and I felt what better time to start doing fundraising. We fundraise and we give what we raise to a charity. We give it to what my thoughts was like a Gig Harbor High School, maybe wrestling, maybe their athletic program. Maybe even to like the YWCA, help women find housing. something. We need to figure it out, but we're all going to talk about that, and we want to raise some money to give to charity. I think we have a lot of people that can help do that, and then also just with some of the expenses that are going to happen with some of the up and coming things that are going to happen with you guys, such as maybe even going to bare knuckle. It could be out of town. It could be going to the UK. It could be Crazy Legs needing something to help him with his ventures that are, coming up. Some of our fighters are doing this level stuff and they need more support from us. And I think that if we can raise the money, then why not? Right.
We should be trying to find individual sponsors also for the fighters. And as fighters, you guys can also reach out to people and say, hey, I'm a fighter at the Scrapyard. I'm trying to fight amateur. I'm trying to go pro eventually. Like I'm looking for a sponsor. If you tell them that you fight at the Scrapyard and say, hey, I get seen by potentially, hundreds of thousands, millions of people, maybe, they might fork out some money so that they're mentioned in your intro. So you never know. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to people.
I hear you, Steve, but a lot of us are shy people.
What's up? Sorry, I missed that.
What's up,
I was saying, I hear you, but a lot of us are shy people. We don't we can't just randomly approach a random business hey, can you all sponsor me? That's so it's easy, sounds easy on paper, but it's not as easy.
What I want to do, Crazy Legs, is help everybody out. Coming out as a Peixoto sponsor and trying to sponsor fighters myself, it was pretty hard not having more financial backing and keeping it very minimum to just supplying merchandise. I don't think that was enough. And so for me, if you guys have people that you want to reach out to, send them to me. I'll reach out for you. I'll speak for you. I'll make sure that we make things happen. And you got my word on that. With this guy that's coming, James from Adrenaline Sports, they can also be a sponsor for each individual fighter, not just raising money as a fundraiser, but also because they're a national sports fundraising company. What they'll do is they'll actually sponsor the Scrapyard. And I talked about that, helping us, a big sponsor, having someone that can back us and back our fight.
Josh, he's a business owner. He can sponsor. Look, sorry to cut you off, Len. I just had a thought.
What's up, Josh?
Look, Crazy. I understand. I understand, being shy about reaching out to people. But, if you're doing your intro, your video, just say, hey, I'm looking for a sponsor. Then people will reach out to you and they'll offer you stuff, then you don't have to do all the awkward, typing out an email and sending it out and all this stuff and that stuff, then people want to get a hold of you. Use that little bit of time before your fight, to say something like that.
Definitely. The old saying is a closed mouth doesn't get fed. And so, Josh, we'd love for you to connect with us. Reach out to Fire Chicken. Reach out to us on Scrapyard or Scrapyard, Streetbeefs Scrapyard pod channels, Instagram,
email scrapyardfighting@gmail.com. And then if you're interested in sponsoring a fighter, I'm not interested in taking anything out of that. I just want to hook the fighters up with sponsorship. So what I'll do is I'll just connect you to the fighter, and then you guys can work whatever out you guys want to work out.
Definitely.
I am also.
The idea what Josh just said actually sounds pretty.
What's up?
I was saying the idea Josh just put down sounds pretty good. Like you said, make a video and just sell yourself.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
That could be something we put on 15 minutes of chicken.
Instead of just cold call.
I mean, you guys are looking for sponsors. I got platforms that I can post your stuff on that hey, what's up? I'm looking for a sponsor, it's just one post and I could tag you in it and it'll show up on your wall too.
We have John here. John is also says he's an owner of a painting company and also would like to sponsor.
There you go.
That's awesome, John. We appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. Reach out to us again. Email us at Scrapyard, right? Or connect with Instagram or Facebook.
We know your boy needs sponsors.
Yep, especially since he's doing the amateur thing right now. There's cost involved with gym memberships, equipment, transportation. This is things that a sponsor can help out with. And
definitely,
as I do these, connections with these venues and these managers and these promotions, I form connections and I be able to like put that in front of scrapyardfighting@gmail.com. Scrapyard Fighting. I'll put it up here right now. These connections I make with people, it can open up doors for the fighters. So I've been reaching out to sponsors also, and I've actually got a couple that are interested potentially in sponsoring the Scrapyard, and they're bigger names. They actually, hold on guys, I'm typing at the same time.
Yeah.
Fighting at G. Okay. .com. Scrapyard Fighting.
Y'all hear me?
Gotta get
Clean
that
this shit.
photography flag.
Yo, I have so much better lighting in my living room. What the?
So anyway, I'm reaching out to these big sponsors they actually sponsor, like, I don't like to put stuff out there before it's concrete, but like they sponsor pretty big promotions and pretty big entities. And if we were able to land a sponsor like that, it would be beneficial to everybody. You know, it creates more opportunities. It creates, I'll say one thing, our sponsor, HKA USA, you guys should be like shouting them out. Like, they're really, really blowing up. They're an awesome company. They provide us with gloves, but also they're getting on board with like the BKFC and these other UFC fighters, and they're really like blowing up. And when I went to the BKFC tryouts and I saw people wearing HKA gloves, when I go on Professional Fighters and I watch, they're using like HKA shin guards and HKA shorts. It's like, I mean, it's really getting out there. So,
Right.
just saying.
I think it's also pretty nice that now all of our events, all of our fights, all of our fighters are wearing HKA gloves, whether that's MMA or boxing or kickboxing. And now we are able to give every fighter an opportunity to equally wear the right ounce weighted gloves and be able to promote HKA by doing so on all of our fight videos. And so I think that's also really cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
we're gonna redesign our gloves also, the custom ones from HKA. So I'm up for whatever you guys helping out with designing them. But when we design these and put them and submit them to HKA, which they're more than happy, they're wanting to put them on their website. And then if you guys, you know, like, we can get promo codes, they'll send us a bunch of them, you know, like, it's a good deal. They want to send us more MMA gloves. They want to send us more boxing gloves, crazy colors. Nick's an awesome dude. He's the owner of HKA, and I speak to him pretty frequently. Yeah.
And shout out to Cavocado, right? Because
shout out to Cavocado.
They're providing us with food, and we just designed a banner for him. And we're going to present it to him. So it's going to be great having them out there. And there was someone that was on here, Steve, that asked about a poster or a photography or a flag or something. Let's make sure we reach back out to that person, because I'm not sure who that is, that said that they already sponsor us.
They already sponsored us?
Yeah, I missed it. We were caught up in it. Maybe if they're still watching, they could resubmit that.
Look in the comments.
That comment.
I'm looking.
There it is. Beholder's Eye photography flag.
Oh, that's killer. Like, yeah, because that's our camera crew. You know, they're helping us out with the camera pictures. And shit.
Okay. I'm unfamiliar, so we'll make that connection.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Nice. There's a lot of perks to being a sponsor. If you are a sponsor and you are watching, you like to sponsor fighters, there are perks. We do announce you. We do give you shout outs. Our fighters are allowed to wear your logo or your brand during their fights on their shorts or whatever, their merch. And it's just an awesome thing that you guys can get out of getting these guys that are fighting. And as well as the guys that are going over to UK or fighting in events like Arena Wars or whatnot. There are a lot of local events that we're part of, where some of our fighters get into, and they love to have sponsors at these events. So there are perks to being a sponsor. And again, just to recap what Steve said, as a part of an entity, and I like to speak for Scrapyard, we're not getting anything out of it. We want to make sure that we do everything we can to help our fighters.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all for real.
We do, definitely.
For
Busted
sure,
Nutting. Let's move on. We're number 8. Busted Nutting. What's going on with him? You guys had some news that I was new to today.
I wanted to bring him on, but he must be busy tonight.
Well, let's shoot it. Let's give him a shout out. Let's talk about what he's doing.
Right. Busted Nutting. I'll tell
right
everybody. So Busted Nutting, if you guys don't know, he's Power Slap. He's also a Scrapyard fighter. He's come out, done a number of grappling matches, and recently more so boxing. Super cool dude, fight anybody. But recently, one of his friends, a fellow Power Slap fighter, his daughter, I don't know daughter, their child needed a liver transplant. So Jesse volunteered. They did the tests and found out that he was compatible. And so Jesse is donating his liver to this child. And I believe that's going to happen on the 25th. I got to say, that's just something that
I'm back.
It's just so awesome.
It is.
I mean,
that is so awesome. Praises to you, Jesse, for if you're watching, to what you're doing. It's such an awesome thing. I'm proud of you. I'm praying for your recovery, praying for the person that's the recipient. I think that's just a wonderful thing, you guys, for him to be able to do that. I think it's worthy of us to talk about, and if not, bring him on to see a next episode.
Sanj, yes, we do. Yeah, we do have Smalls. Sorry. Yeah, so definitely we want to try to get we want to try to get him on the next episode to talk a little bit more about it, because it'll be right before he goes in for his surgery and everything. So
yeah.
See here, what else?
Yeah,
you guys want to talk about some? You want to move on?
Yeah, we're on to number 8, which is training tips. You guys got any training tips for our viewers, or those guys that are fighters, or you got anything that you guys want to share? Anything that you're doing new?
Crazy Legs, what's your training tip?
Do your morning workouts. That's mine. Do your morning workouts. It makes your whole day better. Little stuff. Lay down, do your abs, do your stretches. You know what I'm saying? Do little push-ups, squats. Boom, your day great. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a good day.
Nice. Hey, John just wrote that as a promoter, he can help promote fighters as well with his painting business. He also has a band. He said that he'll send shirts to fighters. John, we'll take whatever you want to give.
Yeah,
but
John,
I'm sure
we need to link up, John. Like I need a sponsor myself. Like Scrapyard and stuff. But like I need a sponsor for me.
Nice. Well, John, you heard it firsthand from Crazy Legs, who is actually one of our fighters who's doing things in the fight community outside of the Scrapyard, fighting in amateur events. Man. So, John, you got Crazy Legs if you want to reach out.
Yes. Send me an email and I'll shoot the information to Crazy Legs and I'll get you guys linked up.
And I'll give you a shout out and everything with my cat. Do a cool ass video. You can't bring
a cat to the Scrapyard, Crazy, because we don't allow animals at the Scrapyard.
Look how cute he is.
That cat looks bigger than you.
He's a big ass cat. That's all it is.
Training tip I have that was on my mind is just to tell people, watch what you eat. It's very important. Some of you guys are out there not eating very well, too much of the bad stuff. Me and Ron talked about that today earlier too, as far as eating all that processed packaged food. Stay away from the grease and all the heavy starches and stuff like that.
So no McDonald's before your fight is what you're saying?
Before the fight. You shouldn't be in McDonald's 2 weeks before your fight.
Damn.
McDonald's.
Fucking up. Fucking up. Damn.
I'll
I
say
drink. This
training-
guy
drink all the
Leon Zion. Leon Zion says you guys
I
drink
drink all the
juice.
juice. I drink all the juice.
I drink
Cranberry
simply
juice,
simply
apple.
watermelon and simply pineapple.
I drink all the
Pineapple
Training tip,
and orange.
I'll go with a training tip. Make sure you guys get enough sleep. You know, if you're putting
Don't
your
worry,
body
Box Flex. What's your weight?
through hard workouts and everything, you guys need to be getting enough sleep. It's important for, you know, repairing your muscles and growth and all that. So,
And I hate to sound like the fucking grandpa, but we gotta stop smoking and drinking and all that partying because you're not gonna be at your best.
yeah,
Look at Crazy Legs strike. Viking hit his.
Oh,
Look,
fuck.
his hands are free now.
hey Flex, it's 205.
205.
I mean, I'm gonna be high as fucking all my fights. Something's gonna happen.
Flex says be consistent.
Yep, that's a good one.
That is
I want to
a
hear
good one.
Viking. What was
Okay,
your
my
training
fight tip. My fight tip.
Oh, do your
Since I
morning
didn't give
workout.
one yet. Yeah. My morning workout. I don't have no damn morning workout. I work out in the evening and night when I work out.
But what's your tip?
My tip, I'll get it to it. God damn it. My tip is drink water. It's good, it's nutrients, it's life. It will save you. It'll save you from dying. It'll keep you
Consistently.
alive.
That's a good tip,
Consistently.
though, to be honest.
At least a gallon.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah. I know my shit.
Just throughout the day. Make sure, and don't drink a lot of water before training, or you know what I'm saying, or in the middle of training. You know what I'm saying? You should be drinking it throughout the day, and then before you train, drink a little bit, you know what I'm saying, not too much, and then afterwards drink whatever you want. But you know, in the middle of training, you should not be drinking water.
You should already
You
be
know.
hydrated going into your workout.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should already be hydrated. You should not be drinking water in the middle of fucking workout.
Yeah, stay away from all the
Oh.
stuff that has sugars, too many sugars and stuff. It's not good for you.
But sometimes I be thirsty.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
all
in
those
a fight,
those
you
artificial
all
flavors,
drink
those-
water, but I spit it out. You know, I don't really drink it like that.
Yeah. And those artificial ones, stay away from that. Somebody asked about juice. No crystal light and all that kind of stuff. That stuff is it's too
Ooh,
much.
naked. Don't drink naked. That's the worst one.
I don't know. What do you guys feel about drinking apple juice between your fight? In between your rounds?
Well,
Between-
if you like it, then it's
Yeah.
true.
Like
I
I
mean,
can
apple
forget the
juice-
water. Like I need
I
to
personally don't
like-
think it quenches your thirst though. I think it leaves you kind of
Don't
that
make you
dry.
pee.
it's got a lot of sugar in it. It's going to spike your blood sugar levels right before a fight.
Yeah, like you won't be
That
all
don't
on
matter.
that sugar rush type shit. I mean, I just food for thought. You never know, like things that might be things that change.
I don't suggest trying it before a fight. I think you should try it before sparring and see how it works out. But
Yeah.
there's a
So, yeah,
guy.
let's do a closeout. Let's
Okay,
do
hold on. One
closeout.
more thing. There's a dude at the Benavides boxing gym that I watched the other day, and this dude was so funny. I didn't realize that a lot of people did this, but Pedialyte. This dude was drinking Pedialyte. This
Yeah,
big bottle.
yeah.
yeah, that's common. That's because it's
So-
got so much sodium in it.
Yeah, but that's for cutting weight and stuff like that. And
It is.
you know, after you cut weight, that's how you hydrate quicker. You know, you drink the
Right.
Pedialyte, and then you can go right back to what you did. You know what I'm saying? Just you can eat pizza or whatever afterwards. But once
I
you
made a
get
whole
the
ass burger Friday night.
Pedialyte,
Like when
Yeah.
I went to BKFC down in Florida, they had their weigh-ins, and at the weigh-ins, there was just bottles of Pedialyte there for the fighters to take. You know,
Right.
it really is. And I used to do that when I cut weight too. It's because it's the best way to. It's not the best way, but it's the best
Hydrate.
way to hydrate, other than
after
inject-
cutting weight, because you know how it is. Cutting weight, it just you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Yeah.
I was really cutting weight, I juiced for my last 3 days, where I only had juice. Like I would make blend all my shit up and just have smoothies and juice, and I did that for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Before my fight, before my mouth dried out to where when I ate something, it like cut the top of my shit because I wasn't used to eating nothing for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? But it helped cut the weight. You know what I mean? Like, I was cool.
Right. Well, closing out. Who's up first?
All right, I'll close it out. I'm Viking Warrior. I had a great show. Everybody else did a great job. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. Everybody that, shouted me out, shouted everybody out. And shout out Daniel, Hard in the Fight. Check them out. Got a lot of different content. And check out Scrapyard. We got a lot of different content. And yeah, check me out when I come whoop that ass, motherfuckers.
Wait. You just reminded me. Weren't you supposed to give some news or something?
Huh?
Weren't you about to tell something about what you were doing? Something came up?
Man, that's something to be continued.
Man, you teaser, man. That's called a teaser, bro.
Continue.
All right. Teaser.
I have to talk to somebody else first and make sure.
Hey, watch our next episode to get. Watch the
Daniel, is it okay to talk about that?
Viking Warrior.
Next episode.
All right, next episode. I'm gonna break some news. I'm gonna break some faces.
Right. Crazy Legs.
Oh, it's my turn. Shit. Oh well, like I said before, like I need some sponsors, and then he'll send you my way. Like we'll link up, get some ads going or some shit. Like all will be good. Peace be with you, my people.
Right on. Shout out to all our viewers and those that are watching us and that made comments today. Thank you, LB3 here. Shout out to Hard in the Fight. Shout out to Scrapyard, Scraptalk. Shout out to Daniel and his new baby. Congratulations. Yeah. So hopefully we'll see you next time.
Damn, new blessing.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Scraptalk. Appreciate you all. Thank you for the comments and hanging out with us. Shout out to Mandy Bear. Shout out to the staff at the Scrapyard. Shout out to the fighters. And, of course, shout out to our sponsors and you, the viewers. So that's all I got.
Right on.
We're
Right on to my family. I love y'all.
Now we're back.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do the ending song?
Scrap Talk next episode Tuesday 6 p.m.
Check it out. We out.
Scrap Talk. Scrap.